Hello everyone, this is Dan from TradeUnity. As you know, we have been testing two sets of settings for our robot lately, and I'm here to show you the results. Um, the first week that we tested, the results have been quite interesting for the new settings. We actually got a better result overall, something like 25%. So from a starting point of 200 starting capital, we achieved around 204 and on the new settings and 203 on the other one. The point of these settings was to reduce the little losses we got when there was a break-even trade. The losses were incurred by the commission usually. So what we tried was to make these little losses into small wins, and also to try to maximize the profit on the long run. So we tested several thousands of new variants and came up with a few which we are now testing. So, long story short, we had a number of trades, around 22 I think last week, and we can see how they performed. Like in this table, the blue lines are the new settings, and the orange ones are the old settings. So, uh, as you can see, most of the break-even trades are won by the new settings, except this one here. Most of the times the new settings have a smaller loss or even a small win, while the old settings always have a bigger loss. On the winning side, this table is not really conclusive. It looks like the new settings have a little edge, but we will see that later. When we get a loss, all the losses are the same. We didn't play with the stop loss. It's the same value because other combinations did not perform better on the long run. So how did we test? We just took 5 pairs, the Euro USD gold on 4 hours and 1 day, Great British Pound on 4 hours, and USD Japanese Yen on 4 hours, and we have put them all with 1% risk so that we can compare between themselves. That's all we want now. We don't want to maximize the profit, we just want to see which one performs better. So let's look at Euro USD. There were 5 trades and the new settings came on top. The new settings generated a small profit while the old ones generated a small loss. Generally, all the break-evens were won by the new settings, and even the profit ones have gathered a bit more profit than the old one. So in this case, I would say that the Euro USD looks better with the new settings, but being just 1 week, I would rather wait more. The Great British Pound with USD. This one looks good. There were 7 trades. Most of them were wins, but there was also a full stop loss. Even so, the new settings came on top with a pretty decent win for 1 week. Yeah, this looks good. Let's hope it continues this way, and if in 1 month it confirms, we will change our recommendation to stay with this one. Moving on, dollar with Japanese yen. There were 4 trades and both of them performed well, but in this case the old settings came on top. So inconclusive here, we will need to wait more to see if the new settings confirm the simulations or if the old settings will actually perform better. Dollar USD, 6 trades again. Again, the new settings have actually came on top. The break-evens were won by the new settings, and I like that. And they even generated more profit when there was profit to take. So this looks good. Let's see if it continues. It would be really interesting. So in conclusion, 1 week is a very short time to tell if the new settings are better. We can see that the Great British Pound and dollar look better on the short term, while the USD, Japanese Yen, and Euro USD pairs don't look so strong at this moment. We will also add the Euro Japanese Yen and the USD Japanese Yen on 1 day time frame. And I do think that the more conclusive analysis will be at the end of week of October, when we will provide a more interesting result. For now, we stick with the recommendation of the initial settings because we know for sure those are profitable on the medium term. Um, No, we had to reset the accounts of comparison because I made a mistake and I'm sorry for that, but now we have new ones and I'm going to show you how to access them. So this presentation that you just seen, you can see yourself if you go to our website, and if you're logged in, go to you just go to the trading robot submenu and you'll find here settings and simulations. Or if you're not logged in, you can go to the footer and you'll find it here too, trading robot settings and simulations. So just go there and you will see this new page I just built. You'll have this video here. Over here where it says comparison week in PPT, that is the um, presentation I just showed you. Then the new settings are around these buttons, the initial settings and the new settings. If you click them, they will take you to my FX book where you will see the new settings at work. And actually, even though in the presentation the new settings were looking better, starting of today, actually, you can see that the new settings are on a negative. And they last very little, like 0.06%, while the old settings have a definite advantage. Anyway, you can also see the comparison head to head because we have that option too. You can always come back here and in a few days you will see things evening out. By the way, the starting capital is here is 197.82 in case you're wondering why it's not 200. It's because of my experiments, nothing else. Okay, later on this page you will see the robot settings and their simulation. I have placed here a lot of new simulations that you can see why we have chosen these settings. For example, I'm just gonna show you the difference, for example, between the Japanese yen when you start on the 4 hours time frame with a 200 capital and also the new settings. Let's see which one is better. These are really big files, so they take a little longer to load, a bit too long. Okay, so I have changed the spread with which we are testing. Normally the ECN accounts say that the spread for most pairs is 1 or 2. I placed 3 just to be sure, like a medium average spread should be, let's say, around 3. And depending on the pair, you will see in this table that exactly with which spread I have tested, so that you know why the results are this way. So it looks like if we used the Japanese yen, initial settings, starting from an initial deposit of 200, in 10 years we would achieve something like $31,700, which is basically what, 60 times, yeah, 60 times the initial deposit. It's not bad, but it's also not amazing compared to the other ones. So we try to find something that has a drawdown similar to this, but also better profit. So we're gonna see the new settings right away. Okay, so these are the new settings. As you can see, the profit is 4 times more than the one we had before, while the drawdown is still acceptable, 16% the maximal drawdown, 26 the relative one versus 23.5, but the profit is 4 times more, so yeah, I think it's worth it. Here we had an average win of around 55%, with the average profit being larger than the average loss, while for the new settings we have around 75% wins. I'm just gonna close this is taking a lot of RAM. So here we have 75% wins because, as I said, the break-evens are now more likely to win, which actually makes the average profit trade to be 3 times smaller than the average loss, which is also normal at this rate. So no, not 3 times, like 2.5 times. So that actually brings the numbers of wins brings the profit. And as you can see, we're after a period of drawdown here. So perhaps from now on it's gonna be going up, which would be great. You have this kind of comparison for all the other pairs, for all the other time frames, and I placed a comparison between starting with a small deposit or a big deposit. Different markets can be more suitable for trading with a smaller deposit, or they can only be suitable for trading with a big deposit. For example, the Euro GPI, as far as I remember, doesn't work very well with small accounts. It works much better with bigger accounts on the long run. Small accounts, it might just bring you drawdown, which you don't want right now. So these are the comparisons. You are free to use the settings simulations. If you find anything wrong with them, please tell me and maybe I have made a mistake. If you need more information, you can find me on the chat group and you can ask everything you want. If you want to start using these settings, I recommend you to use, as usual, low risk and a small capital, because we are still testing them. They look much better in simulations, but we are waiting to see the real results confirm it. My next analysis will be a month from now. So today is the 5th of September. I'm looking to do it somewhere in the first week of October or after the first week of October, and I think then we will have a lot more interesting results. Until then, I will also add the USD GPA for 1 day and the Euro Euro GPI again for 4 hours, which are missing right now, and I'm sorry. I will put them as soon as I get time. I'm waiting for your questions on the chat group. Hope this was interesting for you. Thank you for your attention.